Have you ever felt misunderstood by your family due to generational differences? This is a question that resonates with many of us. You see, within the walls of our homes, a fascinating interplay of generations takes place. It's a dynamic dance of values, perspectives, and experiences, each shaped by different eras. Unfortunately, this dance can often lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, which can strain the sweetest bonds of love. Today, we will explore ways to bridge this generational gap. Imagine a teenager full of life yet feeling misunderstood by his parents. Let's dive into the world of this teenager, brimming with energy and ideas, yet feeling like he's speaking a different language when he's with his parents. It's a common tale, one that might ring true for some of you. Our protagonist, let's call him Jack, is a bright, creative teenager with a passion for digital art. His parents, on the other hand, are more traditional, struggling to see the value in this newfangled hobby. They often urge him to focus more on his schoolwork, to spend less time on his computer and more time outdoors. They mean well, but Jack feels frustrated and unheard. He wishes they could see the world through his eyes, understand his passion, his dreams, and his aspirations. The generational gap between Jack and his parents seems to be a chasm at times. It's as if they live in two different worlds. Jack feels isolated, judged, and misunderstood. He starts to pull away, to retreat into his art where he feels accepted and understood. The communication between him and his parents dwindles, and the gap widens. The emotional turmoil Jack goes through is significant. He feels torn between his love for his parents and his passion for his art. He's caught in a whirlwind of emotions: frustration, sadness, resentment, and confusion. He wonders if it's possible to bridge this generational gap, to find common ground with his parents. Jack's story is not unique. Many teenagers across the globe can relate to his feelings of being misunderstood due to generational differences. It can feel like an uphill battle, trying to make your voice heard, to make your parents understand your perspective. Feeling misunderstood can be quite challenging, but there are ways to overcome these generational differences. The key lies in understanding and empathy and in open communication. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's remember that every teenager, just like Jack, is a unique individual with their own dreams and passions. And every parent, like Jack's, is trying their best to guide their child towards a bright future. Let's turn to the wisdom of the ancient philosopher Socrates. Known for his profound insights, Socrates believed that true understanding comes from within, from self-examination and questioning. He famously said, "I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing." This highlights the importance of humility in seeking understanding. When we apply this to our topic of bridging generational gaps within families, we see the value in acknowledging that we don't have all the answers. We must foster a sense of humility, openness, and curiosity towards the experiences and perspectives of others, particularly those from different generations. Imagine the possibilities if we approach conversations with our elders or younger ones not as a lecture but as an opportunity to learn, to gain a fresh perspective. In doing so, we would not only gain a deeper understanding of each other but also cultivate a stronger, more harmonious family bond. Socrates' wisdom can indeed help us bridge the generational gap. Now let's consider the perspective of the parents, trying their best to understand their teenager. Meet Jane and John, parents to a bright and energetic teenager, Lily. They're in the throes of navigating one of the most challenging periods of parenthood, the teenage years. It's a time of change, growth, and often misunderstanding. Jane and John were once teenagers themselves, of course, but the world has changed since their adolescence. The internet, social media, new societal norms, all these factors have shaped a different world for Lily. Jane and John have to bridge a generational gap, a gap filled with different experiences, beliefs, and ways of life. They're trying their best, though. Jane reads books about teenage psychology, trying to get a grasp on the whirlwind of emotions that often seem to engulf Lily. John, he watches webinars and attends parent-teen workshops to understand the new trends, technologies, and terminologies that Lily and her friends use. They engage Lily in conversations not just about her day at school, but about her thoughts, her fears, her dreams. They listen, really listen, even when they don't fully understand or agree with what Lily is saying. They validate her feelings, acknowledging that her experiences are real and significant. They also share their own stories, their own fears and dreams from when they were teenagers, trying to show Lily that they, too, were once young and confused. yet it's not always smooth sailing. There are moments of frustration, moments when they feel like they're speaking different languages. There are times when they wonder if they're doing enough, if they're doing it right. But they keep trying, keep learning, because they understand that understanding is not an event, but a process. And that's the thing about understanding. It's not about agreeing with everything the other person says or does. It's about acknowledging their perspective, their feelings. It's about opening your mind to the possibility that there are different ways of seeing the world. Understanding is a two-way street, and it requires efforts from both sides. Aristotle once said, "Man is by nature a social animal." This profound observation highlights the innate need for relationships and community, with the family unit being the first and most fundamental of these social constructs. According to Aristotle, the family is where we first learn the values of cooperation, respect, and mutual understanding, all of which are essential for a harmonious society. Now, when we apply Aristotle's wisdom to the context of generational differences within a family, we see the importance of these core values. Embracing generational differences rather than resisting them aligns with Aristotle's belief in the value of diversity within a community. It's through these differences that we can foster a deeper understanding, respect, and cooperation among family members of different generations. In Aristotle's view, the family is not just a social unit, but a microcosm of society. Thus, overcoming generational differences within a family also contributes to a more harmonious society. Aristotle's insight can guide us in fostering better understanding within our families. Now that we have a better understanding of the issue, let's discuss some tips to overcome these differences. Firstly, it's crucial to maintain open lines of communication. This doesn't just mean talking, but also listening. It's about fostering an environment where everyone feels safe to express their thoughts and feelings. Remember, it's not about who's right or wrong, but about understanding each other's perspectives. Secondly, make an effort to learn about each other's cultures and experiences. This can be as simple as asking questions or sharing stories. By showing genuine interest, you're showing respect for their experiences and, in turn, fostering mutual respect. Thirdly, be patient and empathetic. It's easy to dismiss someone's opinions or feelings because they're different from yours. But empathy is about putting yourself in their shoes, understanding their feelings, and acknowledging them. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to dismiss or belittle. Fourthly, find common ground. While it may seem like there's a great divide between generations, we all have shared experiences and interests. It could be a love for music, a shared hobby, or even a favorite food. These shared connections can bridge the gap and foster stronger bonds. Lastly, embrace the differences. After all, it's these differences that make us unique. They bring variety and richness to our lives and our relationships. So, instead of seeing them as a source of conflict, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. In summary, overcoming generational differences isn't about changing who we are, but about understanding and respecting each other's perspectives. It's about finding common ground and cherishing our differences. It's about building bridges, not walls. With these tips, we can foster better understanding and harmony within our families. Bridging the generational gap is not easy, but it's definitely worth the effort. Let's take a quick moment to reflect on what we've explored today. Our journey began with the misunderstood teenager, a narrative that resonates with many. We saw how the chasm of misunderstanding can cause tension and strife within families. In contrast, Socrates' wisdom reminds us that understanding starts with the realization that we don't know everything. It's about opening our minds to new perspectives and experiences, and this is key in bridging generational differences. We then moved on to the understanding parents. We saw how empathy and open communication can diffuse tension and foster harmony. Aristotle's insight on family further reinforced this, emphasizing that family is not just about sharing a home, but about sharing our lives, our experiences, and our perspectives. Finally, we discussed practical tips to overcome generational differences. We learned that patience, active listening, mutual respect, and open-mindedness are our best tools in this endeavor. In conclusion, overcoming generational differences is not about erasing these differences. It's about embracing them, learning from them, and using them as a catalyst for growth and understanding. It's about creating a family environment where everyone feels heard, valued, and understood, regardless of their age or generation. Remember, the strength of a family lies in its ability to adapt, grow, and thrive amidst diversity and change. Subscribe and activate notifications to receive more content like this. Give it a like if you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.